Hello, yes, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you can hear my voice and also see my screen clearly. Today is this is 8th of October. So I'd like us to start off with the chart on our screen. This is Euro USD, GBP USD, sorry. So on this chart, basically, I'm expecting a sell. I do expect sellers to come in strongly on this chart. We do have a very good support here. We had a support here, we had a support here, we had a support here. There is this big candle which opened here and closed below. It pulled back and then came back to the same place. So basically, this is the correct place to look for a sell from. If you want to trade this symbol, then I recommend you trade it after the NFP, because remember, today we have the major news which is now known as the NFP. So you are likely to see some volatility in this market. Maybe the price may you may sell it and then the price ends up closing above, or you may buy it and then the price ends up going again the opposite direction. So the idea is to wait for news. That is, wait and see what happens. If the price breaks above after the news and then it maintains that position up to maybe 2 hours after the news, then that may mean that the price may likely continue in that direction. So we may look for buy positions if that happens, at least up to this point here, and the next target is this one here. So the idea here basically will be to keep looking for more buy positions, expect price to continue upwards at least up to this point here, where if it breaks above, then the next target is this one here. And if it bounces off from within this range, then that will mean we are now looking for sell positions at least up to this point here. The next symbol is Euro USD. So with the Euro USD, we are likely to see sellers come in. If we leave the news aside, we are likely to see sellers come in strongly on this chart. Let me explain that, why I'm saying that. So we have a very good level here. This is like some support which was broken. We had this. So we had a support, the price came back, did not touch it, it broke below it, pulled back, touched it once, and then it continued down. So as it is right now, if the price can pull back up and touch the trend line again, I mean that level, then that will be the correct place to look for a sell from. So we basically want to see what will happen. We basically want to see what will happen. We'd like to see price pull back up to this point here, touch this level, and then continue down at least up to 1.13979. So since we have the NFP news, anything could happen on this here. So the price may pull back up to that point and then end up breaking above it, or the price may bounce from that level and then ends up going back to the lower side. Does that make sense? Okay. So the other symbol which I'd like us to look at, I want us to look at USDPY. So USDPY is going perfectly as we forecasted some few days ago. Remember what we had? We did have a trend line here at the bottom here. So we had a trend line here. Then it had another one from the top. We had another one there. Then we said that as long as the price was held above the lower one, then that meant that the price was supposed to continue to the upper side. So as it is now, you can see that the price is somehow extending itself to the upper side. We are actually looking forward to the price continuing up and even breaking above this trend line here. If that happens, then that will mean we are now continuing in that direction. But if the price bounces off from around the upper line, then that will be a good place to look for a sell from. Are we on the same page? Alright, so we'd like to see what happens. We just want to see what happens. We want to see price come back up to this point here, bounce off from it, and then head straight to the lower side. The other symbol which I want us to look at is gold. So with gold so far we still have the sell position which we had previously. We did have some sell order. It's still active. You can see it here, we still have it here. So basically this chart, we are looking for sell positions. The price is somehow within a contracting wedge formation. So look at it like this. We have this. So as I was saying, the price is within a contracting wedge formation. We have a resistance here, we have a resistance here, we have a resistance here, and then we have a support, we have a support, we have a support here. So if the price continues upwards, then we actually expect it to go up to this level here, where if it bounces off from this point, then this will be a good place to look for a sell from, at least up to the lower trend line. So we will be expecting sellers to push price up to this point here, I mean buyers, where it should bounce from that point to the lower side, where if it bounces off from the lower side, then we do expect it to continue up, at least up to the upper trend line. So the other symbol which I want us to look at is the SP500. So you remember with the SP500 we are bullish. We do expect price to continue upwards. I don't recommend a sell on this chart, even if there's a sell signal, and if you have to sell it with a lot of caution, because you can see that the price is very much to the upper side. We are likely to see price break beyond this level here, 45. We are likely to see price break beyond 45, 49.4. If that happens, then that will mean we are now continuing to the upper side. So if the price successfully breaks above the upper line, the line which I've mentioned, this is around 45, 49.4, then that will mean we are now continuing in that direction. Does that make sense, whatever I'm saying? Alright, so the other symbol is the Brent oil. With the Brent oil, we are bullish. We are upwards. The previous day's candle, which is this one, actually closed as a bullish pin bar. So that means that the price may likely continue to the upper side, but I'd like to see a break beyond this level here before I look for a buy position here. So first and foremost, I would love to see price first ascend beyond this level, 83.279. Retrace back to it. That would confirm that we are now continuing to the upper side. So thank you very much. That should bring us to the end of today's analysis. We'll meet again tomorrow at the same time. So thank you. We'll meet again on Monday at the same time. Thank you. See you.